Okay, so now is the second part of Jack and the Beanstalk. If you remember, Jack had to hide, and the giant had just gone off and was about to come back for his breakfast. So the giant went off to tidy up. Jack was about to make a run for it when the woman stopped him. "Wait until he's asleep," she said. "He always likes a little snooze after breakfast." Jack peeked out of the copper pot just as the giant returned into the kitchen, carrying a basket filled with golden eggs and a sickly-looking white hen. The giant poked the head and growled, "Lay!" And the hen laid an egg made of gold, which the giant added to his basket. After his breakfast, the giant went into the cupboard and pulled out a golden harp with the face of a sad young girl. The giant poked the harp and growled, "Play!" And the harp began to play a gentle tune, while her lovely face sang a lullaby. Then the giant began to nod his head and to snore until the whole house shook. When he was quite sure the giant was asleep, Jack crept out of the copper pot and began to tiptoe out the kitchen. Just as he was about to leave, he heard the sound of the harp girl weeping. Jack bit his lip, sighed and returned to the kitchen. He grabbed the sickly hen and the singing harp, and he began to tiptoe back out. But this time the hen gave a cackle which woke the giant. And just as Jack got out of the castle, she heard him calling, "Wife, wife, what have you done with my white hen and my golden harp?" Jack ran as fast as he could, and the giant, realizing he had been tricked, came rushing after, away from the castle and down the broad, winding road. When he got to the beanstalk, the giant was only 20 yards away, when suddenly he saw Jack disappear. Confused, the giant peered through the clouds and saw Jack underneath, climbing down for dear life. The giant stomped his foot and roared angrily, "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The giant swung himself down the beanstalk, which shook with his weight. Jack slipped and slid and climbed down the beanstalk as quickly as he could, and after him climbed the giant. As he neared the bottom, Jack called out, "Mother, please, hurry, bring me an axe, bring me an axe." And his mother came rushing out with Jack's wood-chopping axe in her hand. But when she came to the enormous beanstalk, she stood stock still with fright. Jack jumped down, got hold of the axe, and began to chop away at the beanstalk. Luckily, because of all the chores he'd done over the years, he became quite good at chopping, and it didn't take long for him to chop through enough of the beanstalk to make it begin to teeter. The giant felt the beanstalk shake and quiver, so he stopped to see what was the matter. Then Jack gave one last big chop with the axe, and the beanstalk began to topple over. Then the giant fell down and broke his crown, and the beanstalk came toppling after. The singing harp thanked Jack for rescuing her from the giant. She had hated being locked up in the cupboard all day and night, and wanted nothing more than to sit in the farmhouse window and sing to the birds and the butterflies in the sunshine. With a bit of patience and his mother's help, it didn't take long for Jack to get the sickly hen back to good health, and the grateful hen continued to lay fresh golden eggs every day. Jack used the money from selling the golden eggs to buy back old Bess, purchase seed for the spring, and to fix up his mother's farm. He even had enough left over to invite every one of his neighbours over for a nice meal, complete with music from the singing harp. And so Jack, his mother, old Bess, the golden harp, and the white hen lived, can I hear it? Happily ever after. The end.